Yo, what is going on guys, it's the Epic Guy back with another video. And guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how you can optimize Apex Legends even if your PC doesn't meet the minimum requirements, or even you can get a playable frame rate on your computer. So guys, I'm going to assure you that there's going to be less quality loss as much as possible, as Low Spec Gamer also created a video on this, but he messed with the in-game config files, and which made the game look just really uglier, and there's no competitive advantage in that. So with that being said, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button down below, and also subscribe to my channel for amazing content like this. And I'm the Epic Guy, and let's begin. So guys, let's begin. Now I'm gonna get you over the basic stuff right over here. So go to your this PC properties and click on advanced system settings and click on performance, and disable this of course for adjust for best performance. This might give you a FPS boost, might not, who knows, but you can just go ahead and try it out. So you've seen this tip all over the internet. Another tip is to go into your settings tab, going to game bar and game mode, whatever, just disabling all of this, and there are more other settings, privacy settings, Cortana settings, uninstalling apps. Those all are the basic stuff, but in this video I'm going to show you a little bit major stuff which can help you, of course. So yeah, so the first major tip I'm going to show you is opening your task manager and checking if anything that you don't know or that is like stupid is running in the background. So right now, as you see, Microsoft Edge, I am not running that, but it's stupid. How can Microsoft Edge even run right now? So whatever. So you see this Microsoft software protection. Now this can use up your CPU to 30%, 40%, 50%, who knows, but you don't want that, right? So what I did is actually going to Process Hacker. The download link will be in the description, and I found something named as, I'm going to show you right over here, SPPSVC, which stands for Microsoft Software Protection Program, whatever that is, and suspending it. Now when you suspend it, it will ask you for the administration rights. Just give it the administration rights and you can disable it. And when because this can really mess with your games, and I've disabled this many times and I haven't noticed any bad problems in my computer, like my computer starts working or anything like that. So yeah, now let's get to the next step. The next step is downloading Msi Afterburners and Riva Tuner statistics servers. And also guys, you gotta watch this video of Low Spec Gamer which he uploaded about a week ago, I don't know, like 2 days ago. So now what this video is actually putting scripts on a Windows 10. Now Windows 10 will, now if you're using basic programs like 3D print or whatever that is, the scripts will uninstall them, and it can make Windows as light as possible. So go ahead and watch this video, link is in the description, and a big shout out to Low Spec Gamer for making this video. And yeah, so once you've downloaded Msi Afterburner and Riva Tuner statistics servers, open Msi Afterburner. I'm gonna open it right over here. I'm gonna open Riva Tuner statistics servers and Msi Afterburner. So what we're gonna do over here is actually overclocking our graphics card. Now when you hear the word overclock, you might be afraid, oh my god, you're gonna explode my PC or some shit like that. No guys, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna find a stable overclock for your graphic card, and if you're still afraid, just don't do this, but this is totally safe. I've done this many times, and yeah. So first of all, let's get with the basic stuff of Msi Afterburner. You gotta increase your fan speed to around 74 depending on your PSU. So I would recommend not going over 75 because your PSU might not be able to give enough power to your GPU's fan speed. And of course you're going to overclock. So yeah, going to settings, going to monitoring, and enabling all the things you want to see your in-game, like the usage, the frame rate. Just enable these by clicking on this show in on-screen display. Once you've done that, now we can get to the overclocking part. So this default will be set to 0. So what you gotta do is actually find a specific number, let's say 20, and I'm gonna set this to 20, and I'm I'm gonna set this to 20, and you can start benchmarking your game. You can find some 3D programs, you can find 3D benchmark programs, and you can start benchmarking your games. And you can, once you find a stable overclock, you can close that 3D program and start playing your original game which you're supposed to. So let's say I've done this to 20, and I'm thinking my the overclock is stable. So some of you might be wondering, how do we find that like this overclock is stable? So once you find a stable overclock, your PC will run smoothly. And how you find a stable overclock is actually increasing your core clock and your memory clock by a specific number, slowly. And once you see your PC is actually going to, like, it's actually stuttering, it's actually kind of, you know, stopping, you can reset it back to one step, and that is your stable overclock. So once you find a stable overclock, you can set it to that, and I have set it to 150. I know a GTX 750 Ti can go more than that, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm gonna of course set this to right over here. Also increase the fan speed. I don't know what happened. And yeah, so once you've done that, we're gonna get to the main game settings, of course, Apex Legends settings. As you can see, the game right over here. So I'm gonna go to settings, go to video, and display mode, full screen, keep it on full screen as you don't want any input lag. Aspect ratio, keep it on native. And the resolution is really important, because if you have a really crappy PC and you don't think that let's say you have a 1080p monitor and you don't think your PC can run on 1080p, lower this down to 720p or something like that. But mind you guys, this will result in some quality loss, as the game will get kind of blurry, and there you cannot see people quite clearly in that. So field of view, keep it on 90 or 80. This is personal preference, and don't set it over to 100. It actually can cause some visual issues, as you see right over here, and it can also impact performance. So colorblind mode, this is personal preference. Vsync, disable this, and if you're having screen tearing, click on just set this to adaptive. If you're not having any screen tearing, just set it to disabled. Now adaptive resolution FPS target, people will say this, set this to 60 or 70 or 100, whatever. Guys, don't do that. You don't need that, right? Just set this to 0 and disable anti-aliasing. These two options I found major, because it gave me such a FPS boost on my computer. I usually get 30 to 40 FPS, and yeah. So now texture streaming budget, set this to the VRAM of a GPU. Let's say you have a GTX 750 Ti with 2GB VRAM, you can set it to very low, 2GB VRAM. But I've set this to none because I found the best performance in none. And texture filtering, all this to low, all this to extreme low, that as it can go. So once you've done that, what you're gonna do is going to minimize your game, opening Riva Tuner statistic servers, and set your frame rate to 0 right now. If it's any other number, set it to 0 and play a game of Apex Legends. So on the loading screen, I'm getting a lot of FPS. Now what we're gonna do by playing a game of Apex Legends, we're gonna find a stable FPS. So let's say a stable FPS is 50, and because sometimes what happens, your game goes from 110 to 150, going to 240, going to 60, so you get stutters like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a stable FPS, and what we're gonna do is gonna cap that FPS.
Looks like I'm the jump master.
So the game is actually lagging here, because here your game will lag. So usually over here I get around 25 to 30 FPS, because the game is rendering a lot of stuff right now, and you see how is it lagging. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go here.
Here we go. Hang tight.
So there are people over here. So as you see, my game is running over 60 FPS right now, very smoothly, no problems. But it's actually kind of stuttering. That's the server problems, or it is my internet right now, but whatever. So now you gotta find a stable FPS for your computer. So I'm just gonna find a gun really quickly. My game is really stuttering a lot. So As you see, my FPS dropped to 53, 55, so 61, 60, 59. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cap my FPS to 50. So you see, I'm just gonna cap my FPS to 50 and my game will be stable after this. As you can see guys, the game is really stable and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, be sure to give a like and also subscribe to my channel. And with that being said, I'm the Epic Guy and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.